everyone, it's EllyMae with Silhouette Secrets Plus, and I wanted to just do a quick supportive video on the leather class. There is a full supply list with links to all of the supplies that I will be using in the class, but this section of it is a bit easier for you to visually see than for me to write on a piece of paper and explain to you. So what I have found in my testing, lots and lots of testing, lots of leather, lots of different products, is that there is a wide variety of differences in leather. There are genuine leather. That doesn't mean anything. It really is a material that even between the same color of the same piece of leather can have variances in it, and that's because it's a natural product. Leather is animal hide, so you have to really think about that. It's designed in nature to not be penetrable, so it's tough stuff to cut through no matter what you're doing. If it is tough to cut by hand, it can also be tough to cut with a cutting machine. I have had great success with some leathers, but I really want to talk to you first about some differences. So what I found is that there's a difference between Kraft store leather, and when I call it Kraft store leather, I'm talking about the stuff you can buy in the craft stores, or a lot of specialty types that say genuine leather on them. They're very soft, they're very pliable, they can be textured, and I have a few examples here to show you. These are a couple from Art Minds from Michaels, but it's a craft leather. As you can see, it's very, very flexible, very easy to move around, and it's soft. It has a fuzzy backing on it. I've ordered a couple different ones. This is one from Amazon. It's the same type of stuff, so it's kind of got a texture to it, and it is called genuine leather, but it is different. When you get into the different processes of leather and coloring leather and pattern leather and different things like that, the texture, all of it makes a difference in how it's going to cut. This Kraft store leather, like here's another piece I didn't even take out of the package because I know it's just not going to cut well. All of this Kraft store leather, the blade gets stuck and it just pushes it around on your mat. So your blade is going to sound choppy. It's very difficult to hold this type of leather in place to get a good cut. So the leather I have been testing is from a leather company. I have been using Rocky Mountain leather, and it is a genuine leather. It is a lot of the stuff I've been testing is called veg tan leather. The process is a little bit different in how it's created, and I have all kinds of different colors. I have ordered so much leather to test for this class. It is unreal, but I have piles and piles of leather. So what I'm finding is I've been able to successfully cut 2 ounce up to 3.5 ounce leather from Rocky Mountain leather. I have a few others from a different company, Springfield Leather, that it kind of works, but it's too thick. So what you usually find in the craft stores or specialty online stores, not all leather is going to be the same. So I really, really wanted to just pop on and show you some of the differences. This leather is really smooth. As you can see, it's still flexible, but it's not as floppy type as the craft store leather. So this allows the blade to slice through the leather a little bit better and much easier. You have less of a chance of it getting stuck. The other thing that you also want to keep in mind is the back sides of your leather. Now, we'll talk about this during the class, but with genuine leather, because of the way it's treated on top and the finish on it, you do not really want to put the finished side face down on your cutting mat. I ruined a piece of leather, very nice piece of leather, very expensive piece of leather, by placing it face down. The adhesive can take off the finish on your leather. So you want to keep that in mind. But you also want to keep in mind the back side of your leather. Veg tan leather has this smoother finish to it. It's been treated and it's been smoothed off on the back. So it's less likely to leave materials onto your cutting mat, which makes your mats last longer. If you get a leather that has a fuzzy background, I'm going to use this one. This is Kraft store leather again. This has fuzzier background. It's going to leave more fibers on your cutting mat, which can affect the life of your cutting mat. It's going to make a difference. So if you have a genuine leather that has a super fuzzy background on it, backing to it, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to also make it more difficult to cut. The other thing I noticed is that when you have a fuzzy backing, no matter how clean your cut is, you're still going to end up with these fuzzy edges on your leather. So here you can see these cuts, and this one has a little bit of it. If you want to look, you can see here that it has a fuzzy edge around it. So the more fibrous or the more fuzzy the backing of your real genuine leather, the greater chance you have of this. And you can take care of this. It depends on your design, but there's things like burnishing tools and leather tools that you can work with to help with that. But with this Rocky Mountain leather, there's a link in the supply list. I am getting excellent cuts with this. So I want to show you a few of the different things that I've been cutting with it. Now, here are a couple of the test subjects that I have. You can only imagine how many cuts and how much leather that I have hiding behind me, behind the camera, on the floor, piled in every different place, because I have really been testing this. You can see, I think this is about a 3 ounce to 3.5 ounce leather. This is a card case that you could carry business cards or other, gift cards or other different things in. This one it's a little thick for maybe a card case. I don't know. It's personal preference when you fold it. But this was cut with the Cameo 4. This one's the same style. It's a little bit thinner leather. Leather's measured by the thickness of it, and it goes in ounces. So this is probably a 2.5 to 3 ounce. And I've just been testing different shapes, different styles with earrings. And I've done a couple bracelets with it. This is a braided bracelet that is cut with different slices down the middle, and then it's braided. These are not what you're going to, you're not going to learn all of this in the class. We will do a couple of projects in the class, but I wanted to show you the different things that I've been working on to test this leather and what you can get cut with this leather. So you'll see the different thicknesses. This is not a one size fits all. As I said in the very beginning of the video, it is going to take testing and time to see what you're working with. But the best thing you can do is get high quality real leather. You really, really want to get that high quality. If you're working with craft store leathers or a lower quality leather, or if you're looking at leathers that are patterns, textures, printed patterns, all of that processing that goes into the leather after it's been manufactured and the different things, that can affect how it cuts. The tips that you'll learn here in the class are going to help you to be able to test and do this. And the files that we'll be using in class will be ones that I have tested over and over and over. So you should get good results if you're following along with all the steps and you're working with high quality leather. But before you run out to the craft store and buy leather for the class, please make sure to check out the class supplies list, I've linked the leather that I have successfully cut with the Cameo 4 and the Kraft blade, the 3mm Kraft blade. If you are a older machine user, a Cameo 3, Cameo 2, Cameo 1, or a Curio user, yes, you can cut some leathers. These earrings here, you can see it's very, very thin. This is a 1 ounce leather. It's just a long rectangular strip, and I've braided that or knotted it. So this was cut with a regular auto blade. If you are using high quality leather, there are some leathers that you can cut if it's really thin. Now, this works okay for this braided design, but if you're doing a 1 layer of an earring, you usually have to cut 2 and then glue them together to have some weight so that that thin leather doesn't curl. If you have ever worked with faux leather is a completely different product than any genuine or real leather. Faux leathers are going to also vary. If you've ever cut any, they come in a lot of different varieties and styles. I have a couple here just to show you. In the background on the earring display here, all of those are faux leathers that have been cut. Faux leather is a synthetic material. It's not real leather. It is, and you can see that in how it's designed. I mean, it looks like it. Some of it cuts very, very well. Some of it doesn't cut very well at all. And some of that also is due to the backing of the synthetic materials. And you'll see some of it's a woven background. Some of it is a more plastic feel to it. So with any type of materials, not all are created equally. You're going to have to do some testing, do some test cuts, but I've had great success with the high quality leathers that are cut down to anywhere from 2 ounce to 3.5 ounces from Rocky Mountain Leather. And all of that is linked in the class supplies. But I thought this video was a little bit easier to show you the differences between craft store leather and high quality genuine leather. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm so excited to show you this class and to be able to share with you how I've been able to successfully cut the genuine high quality leather with the Cameo 4 and the 3mm Kraft blade. Have a great day. Thank you.